I'm experimenting with hot composting, so I need to go to the garden shed and get a fork. Here we go. So that's it. So hot composting is what I'm doing, mostly because when I came out last night and I felt this bin, it was hot, you know, and it's actually very hot now. Not hot enough to cook an egg, but too hot to put your hand into. But I would never put my hand in there because there's a heap of horsey poo in there, so that will definitely not happen. And that is why I'm wearing this shirt, so that I can rip it off and put it straight in the wash. So talking of horsey poo reminded me to put some gloves on. We bought these gloves for the camper van toilet, but Alvin bought a size small, so I get to use them. So you can see that I've already gone in there and put some garden weeds and some fruit in there. Oh, that's so hot. That's as hot as a hot water bottle that you'd tuck into bed in the middle of winter. It's really good. Cold composting is just throwing all your garden waste in a pile and waiting for 6 to 12 months for it to decompose, whereas hot composting is far more exciting. It's supposed to produce beautiful fine compost in 18 days. Well, today is the 1st of January, and this stuff has been in the compost bin for 2 days. So at day 4 I have to turn it. For hot composting you have to get the carbon nitrogen mix correct. So carbon material is stuff that's very high in carbon, is brown material. So that's dead leaves, bits of bark, bits of cardboard, anything that's brown that you would put in a compost heap. And the things that are high in nitrogen are green things like green leaves, green vegetables, or like, I mean, that would be a high in nitrogen. Anything that's wet and probably a bit green. Lawn clippings is definitely high in nitrogen, and horsey poo is high in nitrogen. So the idea is to have a layer of carbon, brown, a layer of nitrogen, green, a layer of brown, green, brown, green. And the mistakes that I've made are that I have put the layers too thick. So I've put a big thick layer of horse poo, and I put that on top, which is green, even though it's brown. It's considered nitrogen. Well, we know it's nitrogen, it smells so much. And then I put that on top of another green layer. So I've got green about this much, whereas you're meant to go green, brown, green, brown. So what we're going to end up with is quite a lot of stink, and probably not going to achieve our beautiful compost within 18 days. So, but anyway, by the 18th of January, maybe I'll have beautiful compost. Let's wait and see. Now, I did say I wasn't going to disturb it for another 2 days, but I just can't wait. So the soil, I told you that I put some soil in here. This is like old compost, and I put it in here to keep the stink down, but because it's old compost, it's called an activator. So I'm going to try and hurry up these dense layers of green. That's the lawn clippings and the horsey poo. I want to hurry them up. I want the bacteria to work on them really quickly. So this is acting like an activator. And now if you bring the camera over here, Alvin, we'll just have a wee look at the horsey poo. And it's gee, oh yes, there it is. And when it gets that white mouldy stuff on it, I've read on the internet that means that your compost bin is actually too hot to produce that. So but it won't matter, it'll just rot it down really quick enough, and when it reaches the right temperature, that bacteria will go, and the good composting bacteria will take over. The good composting bacteria doesn't like it too hot, it likes it, it was on the internet, so I don't know, it was all in Fahrenheit, I think. But the good bacteria likes the mix of the brown and the green, that is the carbon and the nitrogen, exactly right, because the good composting bacteria needs that exact balance, you know, the 1/3, 2/3, to make its own body when it reproduces and multiplies. It needs that exact mix. And yeah, so looking forward to 2 days time, when I'm going to stir it all up, and then I have to stir it every second day until we get our beautiful compost on the 18th. Over and out. I am quite pleased with that, because I was able to get down to the horsey poo, and even though I could tell it was too hot from that white sort of mould that was on there, it didn't smell. It smelt just like good fresh manure. No, it didn't even smell of horsey poo, it just smelt like earth, just a nice smell. So yeah, we're onto it. And now, even though I'm not sure that I'm dirty, I am going to change. So I don't want to eat my scones that Alvin's just made with any bacteria on my hands.